Hello, welcome back to Tarot Time with Andy. I hope you guys are doing great. It is a Saturday morning, and I would like to do a spread on Scott Peterson. He has already had his death penalty revoked. He wants to go to court claiming that he thinks he can reverse the entire guilty verdict. He goes in a month. He is the one who took out and killed his, as far as I'm concerned, his wife Lacey and their unborn child Connor. And prosecutors say that if this goes down, they would like to re-implement the death penalty if it goes back to trial. So there is some drama going on. He did get the death penalty revoked, but so it's looking like things are like really kind of spinning in circles here. So let's find out. How will it unfold? Will Scott Peterson get a second trial? That is the question. Will he get a second trial? Will he get a second trial? Will he get a second trial? Will Scott Peterson get a second trial? Will they grant him a second trial? Okay, I use this deck because there's writing on it, and you can see for yourself. It's an old one of mine, and it has really held up as well. So it's another good deck to get, you guys. It is just your normal Rider-Waite in a little tin can. Really nice to have. They're fun and small. It's a favorite of mine. I should get a new one without the writings on it. All right, so here we go. I'm going to take this one since it's sticking out first. We have here fast changes. So yes, it is in a month. And then we have here the Four of Swords in reverse. They're not taking a break, basically. They're pushing hard and fast, the lawyers. And they want fast changes, which they have. They seem to be getting really good momentum, I will say that. And they want release and new hope. So yeah, there you go. They want him to be free. That's their aim. They want him to be free. That's what they're working on, and they know that there's a deadlocked decision here. There's deadlocked and confusion, so that it would be the court case situation. And then we have here the outcome. What will end up happening is the Seven of Wands in reverse. So that is, gaining something, and it's in reverse, and it is enthusiasm in reverse. And so it's looking like it's going to quit. You could see the quit. So it's not looking like it's going to so far go so well. And then we have here the Page of Cups. So with the Page of Cups, we're looking at, gentle, sensitive, happy news. It's usually happy news. Happy news. So maybe not. Maybe not. So now I got to rethink this because, happy news. So maybe someone's looking like they're not so self-defensive here. So maybe he doesn't have to feel so self-defensive while he's locked up. He can pretend he's innocent. Let's see. I'll have to keep clarifying. And the transition. The six. The six is harmony. Harmony with the words. So they're trying to create some harmonious situation. They want a harmonious situation. They want this transition to release his ties, being other words, life in prison. They're not getting any rest and recovery in chasing this. So it's a new love. Basically, this whole trial is a new love, is how I'm going to feel. Because, they at one time, they wanted to quit, but they're still holding tight here. And he's not feeling so self-defensive. I think it's because he's feeling hopeful. He's feeling hopeful that he's got something here and that he's going to succeed. Is how I'm going to say that. So he's hopeful. Light truth unraveling. He feels that he is going to be able to unravel some truths about his wife. This is the Empress in reverse, and he did take her out, as far as I'm concerned. And this is under the deck subconsciously. He did take her out, and he removed her from the earth plane because it is the Empress in reverse. So he's guilty. He's guilty, and then I'm going to take from the center of the deck. Center of the deck. We have here premeditated and sneaky. Premeditated and sneaky, that is the King of Pentacles in reverse. Because upright, he would be wise and practical and a really reliable leader in your life. So he removed her because we have the Empress in reverse. He's totally guilty, but he's hoping that he can con him. And that they will quit. They will give up on fighting him. Yeah. Give up on fighting him. He's got this whole new love of freedom, the idea of freedom. This is like an immature energy, youthful energy. He feels that if he can put himself off as being sensitive, he knows that he's very charismatic and liked by people when he was in sales. So I think he's going to rely on his charisma. He wants to do, he wants to talk about it. He wants to be, quote, open and speak his side. So I think this is him being charismatic and immature energy and taking on this court case because he thinks that it's fuel supply too. Let's face it, it's fuel supply, getting the public attention, being back in the limelight. But he's guilty. He removed her off the earth plane, and it was premeditated. So it's looking, so far I'm not getting a result on the court case, so I'm going to have to be more direct. I'm gonna clarify that one and be more direct. Here we go. What will actually unfold? Will he actually get it? Will he actually be released? Will he actually be released? Will he actually be released? Here we go. So for starters, we got fence sitting. He's fence sitting. Positive of emotions in reverse with the antisocial personality card. So he is antisocial personality. He is of the psychopath variant, high malignant, ultra malignant narcissist / psychopath who did a premeditated act. And he loves taking on this new path for attention and adulation for negative fuel. Let's count this. Will it happen? Will it happen? So they are going to see him as being antisocial, and they're not going to have a positive feeling about him. And they do not, they don't, they're going to fence sit on the situation right now. So there's obviously no judgment. It hasn't gone to court. So calculating this, my dog's barking in the background, so please ignore that. That would be Penelope, I think, barking at the neighbors. 10, 11, 12, that comes to 12. 12 comes to 3 of spades, scourge, evil, dark side, evil. So he's evil and he's antisocial. So I got not only the incubus, succubus, but I got the other one too. So he's really parasitic. He's, they're not going to see him in a good light. They're not going to have positive emotions and feelings about him. And it is a temporary adjustment in a fence-sitting situation since they've got to make a call. But the fact that they see him as the antisocial, I say no, he's not going to succeed. No, he will not succeed. They see him for what he is and that he's guilty. Incubus, succubus, that's the evil dark side of that's an evil individual right here. When you get the incubus, succubus card, that person's evil. That is very dark with a smile on their face. And then we have here player. So they're going to see him as just a player. He's a player. He's playing them. And we have here, and they're not going to be emotional. They're not going to buy into his emotions because we have cup overflowing in reverse. So they're not going to buy into his emotions whatsoever. They're just not going to buy into his story. They're not going to drink the Kool-Aid. They're just not going to drink the Kool-Aid. Yay, thank God. And that comes to, let's see, 10, 21. 21 comes to 6 of hearts, karmic relationship. So, they're going to think that basically karma was served properly. Karma's taking care of you, and it was the right call. It was the right judgment call. You are where you belong. You are exactly where you belong. So yeah, they're not going to drink the Kool-Aid of whatever player, the actor, the player. The player is a total player. He's a player. He's antisocial. He's incubus, succubus. He's of the darkest spectrum. So yeah, thank God. No, they're not. It's not gonna bode well for him. Not at all. Let's get some under the roses on Scott Peterson and what does he think about when he's in prison? What is his thoughts when he's in there? What does he think about when he's locked up 23 hours a day? Or actually, no, he got out of the death penalty, so now he actually gets freedom. So I guess I should ask, what did he think about when he was in 23 hours lockdown? What did he think about when he was in 23 hours lockdown? 23 hours lockdown, what did he think about? Here we go. He thought about writing letters, so this was probably him trying to get off the hook, working his way out. And yep, he was writing letters to the authority figures. So to lawyers, anyone who would listen, that's authority. And then we have here, because sickle, he figured that it was unfair, danger, breakup, a decision, a verdict, a cutoff. So he doesn't like being cut off from society. He wants a new verdict, because the sickle card is a verdict card with authority and writing letters. So he's been a little busy camper while he was in lockdown 23 hours a day, and he wants his bouquet. The bouquet is to develop friendships and love, good fortune. So he wants his wishes to come true, and he wants good fortune. So this is to get good fortune over the situation, is what he was aiming for. Under the surface here, and it has to do with the lady. That would have been his wife, the one he took out. So he was busy. He was thinking about her, he was also thinking about, the love they had together as well. Probably going over, when he was happy with her and when he was in love with her. So he was sort of a little bit nostalgia. But on the top of the surface here, he's thinking, I'm going to try and beat this. I'm going to get authority to listen to me, to give me a new verdict here. So that's what he was doing while in lockdown, 23 hours a day. Let's get some Kipper cards on Scott Peterson's energy. Scott Peterson's energy. There we go. What we have here, he wants to be a wealthy man. So he's probably hoping that he can get out, sell his story, and make lots of money and reset himself up. So antisocial, they're focused on money, glory, fame, power, all of those things. So he's trying to think that he can actually profit off murdering his wife. And that is what he's thinking of. And my daughter dog down there is going crazy. Yeah, and writing messages. So once again, his energy is writing letters, talking to people. He's really aggressive. He was in sales. He's very charismatic, and he's using his skills behind prison is what he's been doing. He's not shy about using what he had. And then the Lover's in reverse. So it was over the lover situation. So he writes letters. He wants to develop a partnership. He wants them to love him and like him, to take on his cause also. And then we have here, and he wants the gift. He wants to be gifted, something nice, which is a new thing, and he has unexpected income. So he is totally hoping to profit off what he did with the, becoming wealthy, unexpected income, gifts. He really wants the public adulation. He wants to be viewed as, I didn't do this, I was wrongly convicted, and now I'm going to sell my story. I'm going to become extremely wealthy and famous for being wronged by society. So he's got this whole deluded fantasy going on. And then under the surface, in front of the entire community. He wants the community perception to embrace him and see him as the wronged man. I'm going to get another one here. And that was a false person, that she was a false person, and the whole story was false. Everything was false. You got the wrong guy. That the opposing lawyers were false. Everything about this whole conviction was false. And that, she wasn't as sweet. So this is sort of like throwing her under the bus too. That she was not as sweet and innocent and pure as media painted her to be. So this would be a way to tear down his wife, saying that she'd made moves, she did things that caused her own demise, and that's why she's dead. So she was a false person. She wasn't so sweet, and she did these things that did it. So I think he's going to try and paint her in somewhat of a negative light. So that's how I see it. Yeah. So that's not unusual. Put the blame on the victim. Try and change the perception of the public of the victim. To paint themselves as the victim. So, I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, like and subscribe. Bye.